Welcome back to the Type 2 Media YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at what sold on eBay last week as well as this past weekend. For the stuff that I have already shipped out, I'll put a screenshot right here so you can see what it sold for. And yeah, so let's take a look at what sold last week on eBay. And if you don't know, most of my focus on eBay is just old video games and nostalgic type stuff from the 80s and the 90s. So last week we sold a copy of Pitfall, the Mayan Adventure for the Sega Genesis, complete in box with the manual, the cartridge, and the case. And that sold for $16.99. A copy of WWF Royal Rumble for the Super Nintendo sold for $14.99. Mortal Kombat 3 for the Sega Genesis, cart only, sold for $14.99. Then Super Off-Road the Baja for Super Nintendo, cart only, was $8.99. Then let's see, Sonic the Hedgehog, the not for resale cart only for the Sega Genesis, sold for $11.99. And then that was all last week. And then sales over the weekend, we had this Xbox 360 wireless network adapter. I actually picked this up out of a free bin at a garage sale that I was at. It was just a box of miscellaneous cables and stuff, and I was digging through, and I found this in there, and so it was totally free, and I sold it for $19.99 with free shipping. Next we have The World Is Not Enough, James Bond for the Nintendo 64, the cart only. Definitely not as good as GoldenEye, but still sold that for $18.99. Then we have this Soundblaster AWE64 value software for Windows 95, Windows NT, Windows 3.1, and DOS. This just happened to be in a box with a bunch of other crap that I bought somewhere, and I ended up selling this for $9.99. And finally, over the weekend, we sold this copy of PTO 2 for the Sega Saturn. It's complete. It's even got the little styrofoam block in there to keep the disc from moving. The disc's in there, the manual, everything. These games I ship out in boxes, and sometimes I don't estimate the shipping properly when I list them, and they end up having to go first or priority because the box is a little too heavy. But these cases break a lot, so I like to make sure that they're protected, which is why I ship them out in a box. So that sold for $24.99 with free shipping. So that was all that sold last week and over the weekend. So not a great weekend. I didn't list a lot. I wasn't expecting a lot. It was about $80 minus shipping fees. So like I said, not a great weekend, but $80 is $80. I also did get a chance to go out to an estate sale on Friday and picked up a few things. So I picked up this OEM Gamecube controller, the indigo color. It's in pretty good shape. The one thumbstick's a little loose, but it's actually not that bad. Not very dirty, not scratched up. All the buttons seem to work. I'll test this before I list it. But I sold that I paid $5 for that. So I should be able to get $20 to $25 with free shipping for that one. And then I picked up this at the same estate sale, this Game Boy Advance SP in the red color. Pretty good shape, turns on. Haven't tested it yet, but I'm assuming that it works just fine. No charger or anything, it's just the console. I paid up a little bit for this, more than I normally would have, at $50, but I should be able to get at least 70 to 80 with free shipping. And then I hit up Salvation Army to look for some other games and stuff. Didn't find anything, but I found a few Star Wars books that scanned and seemed to have decent resale on Amazon. So I picked up this one, Guide to the Star Wars Universe, for a couple bucks. Star Wars, The Magic of Myth, the National Museum Tour, for a couple bucks. And The Art of Star Wars Episode 1 hardcover. Yeah, I think, let's see. Yeah, I paid like $4 for this one and a few bucks for each of these other ones. But I should be able to do all right. I'm going to put labels on those and ship those out to Amazon FBA so I don't have to deal with them. Books are just easier just to send to Amazon and let them handle it. And plus then you get the advantage of allowing Prime members to get Prime shipping, and they tend to sell faster and for a little more. So that's what I'm going to do with those. We'll see what happens. The other thing that I did pick up this week, or last week, was a lot of Super Nintendo games. They're probably worth around $200 if they were in good shape and they're cart only, but it was hard to tell from the pictures, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do on these. I'm going to try and clean them up, but there's some solid games. They're just not in very good condition. So like Castlevania 4, you know, they're beat up, they're dirty. I'm going to take them apart and clean them up as best as I can. Hopefully they work. As long as they work, they should sell all right. But they are pretty nasty. Dirt FX. I mean, yeah, look at this. It's like they were sitting in water. They're all rusted. Super Mario World. Zelda, Link to the Past. Oh, that one has some, making some noise in there. That's always good. F-Zero. So we got F-Zero. Disney's Goof Troop. Spawn. That's Spawn, one of my all-time favorite comic book characters when I was a kid. And then the red Doom cartridge. It's like you could tell these are absolutely gross. I'm not even sure if they're gonna work. Like I said, I'm gonna pull them apart, clean out the circuit boards and everything, the game board, and make sure that they work. And then I'll probably clean up the outsides as best as I can. But as long as they work, I should do all right. I paid a little more than I wanted to for them, but I should still be able to make, you know, what, like 50% profit on it. So that's what I have for this week, what I sold, what I picked up, and hopefully more things move this week as we get started.